Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Ardelyx ARDX first quarter 2023 earnings summary. Today is the 8th of May 2023, and in the summary, we're going to be looking at the bullish and the bearish parts of the quarterly report. So I generally follow small cap pharma, and I do games, I do kind of whatever I want on my channel. So if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. It is very helpful, and thank you. The disclaimer is I do own stock. However, I am thinking about de-risking some of that stock and converting them into longer-term options. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about why I'm thinking about doing that later. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 8th of May, and the slideshow will not be updated, but new news, new slideshow. Right. So the investment thesis. So the long-term prospect of this stock really look good. However, we are at a point where the marketing opportunity of the new drug will begin to play a role in the stock price. However, with the stock price at a market cap of $1 billion, I am unsure how much more upside we have in the short term. Now, I've been following the stock since it's been at like 60 cents, and now it's almost up to $5. So you can kind of see where I'm going with that. Most likely, there will be a continued raise in the stock price throughout the year, heading into approval. And approval, though, at that point might be priced in. I believe approval is guaranteed at this point, or 95 to 99%. I believe that the stock is extremely de-risked with the sales of Ibreza, and they do have enough cash to most likely get through 2024. There still might be a decrease in the stock price that temporarily happens when they get a 6-month submission from the FDA. So that is something that we're going to be looking at. We might buy in a little bit more depending on what that is, and kind of go from there. So that's something that I want everyone to be on the lookout for. Okay, we saw a lot of movement from that quarterly report. So obviously the stock went, almost up to 5 before it, and then down to, in the low 420s, 430s, then back up. And really one of the reasons they did is to slow down the sales. Obviously, we saw the reaction to the numbers for this quarterly report. Obviously, they hit gold in the last quarterly report, and of course, the market expects them to continue to do that. Those were positive and definitely increasing, but they weren't huge. The company also stated believed it's going to be in for a 6-month resubmission. And listening to the call, I think even if they get a 2-month resubmission date, I don't think it's really going to hurry up anything. And I've said that in my last video, so I think a lot of people were reacting to that. I think the company does have enough money to get through 2023 and most likely 2024, which would allow them about a year of sales total, which would be pretty nice. And so progress is being made, and there's not anything that's really going to get in the way. We'll most likely get approval, and we'll most likely get sales from that. So obviously, all very positive. Though the stock price definitely went a little negative, back to positive. That report. So sales came in at 11.3 million in quarter 1 2023. Those sales were 8.7 million in the fourth quarter 2022, and a total of 15.6 million in 2022. So you can see sales are already very much getting some steam. The net loss was about 26 million in the quarter 1 2023. Cash was around 130 million. Now there is possible money on the table. 35 million from KKC, that's the Japanese partner, so on approval, and then another 22.5 million available to borrow for the approval of the drug. So, again, you're looking at almost 200 million with a net loss of 26. Like I said, that's what I'm thinking. Money could easily go into 2024, have no issues. They did do a resubmission on the 17th of April, so we should know if it's a 2 or 6 month submission around the 17th of May 2023. However, they look like they're preparing for a 6-month. I will make that case that if they do get a 6-month, the market will be slightly disappointed, since really the market's looking at anticipation, and that's pretty much what you have. So you might have just a little bit of people who are like, I really think it's going to be 2 months just because. And then agreement with Metis Therapeutics. I'm just going to mention that briefly here and nowhere else. It's not much that I'm going to put any value on at the moment, but they did make an agreement on it. So yeah. Okay, so first drug, and I am not going to try to butcher this name, so I am sorry about that. So pretty much, they had an AdCom after they got the CRL. It was 94 yes for monotherapy, 10 to 2 yes for combination therapy. That means most likely the drug will get approved. Most likely in a 6-month resubmission. So if you do from the 17th of April, it's going to be in the second submission, and approval will be in the second half of 2023, and that's when the launch date will occur. Excuse me for my wording, getting confused there. But then we have KKC. They expect approval in Japan in the fourth quarter of 2023, which would give the company another 35 million at the time of approval. And market analysis really hasn't pinned down this drug, but I'm going to say the drug opportunity is probably between 300 million and 1 billion per year. Obviously, all of those are good. Even the 300 million would be a good step up. Okay. So the other drug, like I said, 11.3 in quarter one 2023. That is plus 2.6 million from the quarter four numbers. The company is expecting 500 million in sales. I don't think that's really likely, and a single-digit market penetration. So based on this year and the growth, I'm expecting between 50 and 75 million for this year. So good, not great, but good. And the drug should have the ability to cut into the operating expenses for 2023, which is really what we want from it. Okay, so the conclusion. So this is where it's going to get strange. So because the stock was sitting below 60 cents a year ago, so there's been a huge write-up from it, and I'm not sure how much more they have left in the tank. With approval, this stock could go to 10, and it could happen. But I am unsure, since that would put it at a $2 million market cap with really not without any sales yet. I have a feeling that we're going to settle probably between 5 and 750 for the rest of the year. We might get, of course, be closer to 10 when it gets approved, but I'm kind of putting it in a little bit of range. 2024 is going to be the more interesting year, and if sales come through or close to the $1 billion mark, or at least look like they're going to be excellent, obviously some drugs might take a little bit longer, then the stock is going to be off to the races. So right now we're kind of looking at short term. I don't know how much more growth we have. Maybe we could get a double. That would be, super up positive, but I'm unsure. And then it's going to be looking more at sales. And then we're going to be turning into a commercial company. And then sales are what's going to run this company up or down. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. So, if you've just kind of came through here or you're looking at the stock, I hope this information helped you make a good decision. And, like I said, I'm going to be covering this for the rest of the year, and we'll go from there. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.